Welcome back to Sprague River Homestead on your Top 5 Tuesday. So today we're going to go back and talk about goats again. I've had a lot of people asking questions specifically about buck goats. So we're going to go through and do your top 5 all about bucks. Okay, so your first question, which to me is pretty funny, is how do I get my buck to quit peeing on himself? Well, unfortunately, this is kind of a biology thing. It's how bucks attract females, so you're not going to be able to break him, unfortunately. Some bucks do it more than others. Our Nubian in particular is not a big peer. Our Nigerian dwarf is not a big peer, but we had 2 boar crosses that were huge peers. It's just kind of the way it is. If you've never seen it happen, if you don't actually have goats now, bucks do a really lovely thing where they urinate all over the back of their front legs and even into their mouth and let it drip down their beard, and the funk that it generates is supposed to get the ladies in the mood. So they tend to do it a whole lot more in the fall during the rut than they do the rest of the year. But unfortunately, if it's a problem, if it's a real deal breaker for you, I would suggest you try and find a buck that really doesn't do it, or maybe consider just getting service for your females and not keeping a buck at all, because it isn't really anything you can do to break them. Okay, so your next question is, can I have a buck and raise him by himself? Goats are really social animals, and I think if you try this, what you're going to find is that he's either going to be really lonely, get really aggressive, or become the Houdini of goats. Goats are already one of those things that if they can't escape, they really will. So I wouldn't suggest it. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to have another goat per se. Although certainly a castrated male to go with him should be just fine. I've seen people run goats with cows, with sheep, with horses. So you've got other options if you don't want to raise them with another buck goat. I know if you've got just a few does and you don't, live particularly close to other breeders where you can get service, you might not have any other choice but to keep a buck. But do yourself a favor, don't keep him by himself. It's not really very kind to the animal, and I think you're just asking for a lot of trouble down the road. So your next question, this is in particular to do with milk goats. I've been getting this a lot. So people who are wanting to keep milk goats and have read the stuff saying absolutely you can't keep a buck too close. It'll make your meat or your milk taste funny. So what do? People seem to vary wildly on this. We went down to a kinder farm down in California and met a nice young lady there that we're going to be getting some kinders from. And she actually keeps her bucks all of like 25 feet from her milking does. So it does kind of vary a little bit based on what kind of goats you have, it seems like. The other thing is it's going to depend a lot on how heavy your buck ruts. It's a pheromone issue that causes your milk to taste funny. So even in your dairy goats that you're milking into a fall rut, a lot of times they'll start to pick up those extra bucky hormones. This is your does picking up the extra bucky hormones being secreted by your males, and it can cause the milk to be off flavored. I've seen people say that you have to keep bucks as much as a quarter of a mile away from does. For the most part, this is nonsense. A lot of the people that tell you this are trying to discourage people from keeping their own bucks. For what reason, I really don't know. I did a lot of internet research on this, talked to a lot of breeders before I answered this question for you. And from everything I'm hearing from Nubian breeders, Nigerian dwarf breeders, and kinder breeders, which are all the same breeders that I deal with because that's what we breed, they are all telling me 25 feet. 25 feet is as much space as you really need. Further is better. It's safer. More than anything, it just keeps your bucks from wearing down the fence trying to get to your ladies when they're open. But as far as flavoring the milk, I talked to 2 different breeders who said they actually will let their bucks run with their does, since some of the Nubians tend to be highly seasonal breeders. They'll go ahead and let their bucks stay with their does all year round, and they're not having any flavor problems. So again, it kind of depends. I've also heard that it depends a little bit on your feed, that poor quality forage especially if you're letting them graze a lot of wild stuff, is actually what causes the distaste in the milk far more than having the bucks nearby. So if you do have them, and you're milking now and you're getting an off flavor, before you assume that it's your buck, really look at what you're feeding, because it may be a feed issue and not anything to do with him at all. Okay, so your next question is about housing bucks together. So I've had several people asking, can you house multiple bucks together, and is that going to be a problem? Depends a lot on your bucks. Our big boys that were half boar, half Nigerian dwarf lived almost their entire lives together, and have actually gone off to another farm to live out days of retirement as pets. And they've always lived together. We've had very few problems. Yes, they've smashed horns together, and they're just being what goats are. We have a Nigerian dwarf that also lives with our Nubian buck. They do fine together. But again, you really got to kind of gauge the personality of your bucks. Some just aren't going to get along. Some just don't. It's like any other animals. We've got female goats that are the same way. Some just really don't get along. So it's not so much a problem of, can these two boys live together, as much as can these two individuals live together. I've seen people, especially on bigger boar goat farms, where they raise them a lot like some of the cattle ranchers do bulls. When they're not into breed, you may get a bachelor pack of 15 or 20 goats. So it can be done, it can be managed. Just give it a shot and keep a really close eye on them. If you start to have problems, separate them. And I don't mean a lot of clashing heads. That's not really a problem. That's them fighting to establish a pecking order. When you start drawing blood, when it seems like somebody's getting picked on, maybe being chased out of the feeder, that's when you really want to consider that you've got a problem and look at doing something different. Okay, so your last question on the buck front, it's kind of multiple questions. We're going to roll it all in together. It's about bucks tossing their head at you, headbutting you, shaking their horns at you if they have horns, and how to stop it. Nobody wants to deal with an aggressive buck. It takes all the fun out of goat keeping, but an aggressive buck is dangerous. I mean, they just are. When we first got our boys, one of our boys in particular, right off the bat at 3 months, would come at you with his horns, always with his horns. And if he got you in the back of the leg, he would actually try and injure you with his horns. Not every buck will do that, of course, and usually it's an escalation. So be very careful and watch the signs of what your buck is doing. He may start with just rearing up and shaking his head at you, or just, throwing his head down and presenting his horns to you. But eventually, usually it'll escalate to where they actually try to touch you with them. Don't be tempted. A lot of people seem to think that when it comes to animals, signs of aggression need to be stopped with aggression. Don't be tempted to pop them in the head, grab them by the horns, knock them down, any of these things that you see on the internet. What this does is it's answering his challenge, and he will escalate. Once they've begun to escalate, it's really hard to stop them. So what you actually want to do is you want to just put an end to it altogether. When we started having trouble with Jasper, that was our buck that would present his horns to us, we broke him with a super soaker, one of the pump action big water guns. You can use a squirt bottle, any of that. Goats hate water. They just do. I've never had a goat that actually enjoyed being wet. So when they start to do that, pop them in the face with some water. It'll usually make them back off, shake their head. They're not going to like that. Are you going to have to maybe do it 20, 30, 40 times? Yes, you will. But with Jasper, we broke him entirely just in one summer, to the point where you didn't even have to, after a while, shoot him with anything. You could just carry the super soaker out there, and that was enough. And then after a while, I didn't even have to do that, and he just, hey, no harm, no foul. If you don't have one, if you don't want to carry a water bottle around, hose will work, especially if you're out working in the field and they're bothering you. Shoot them in the face with a hose. Goats don't like water, and that'll put an end to it. All right, so that's your top 5 questions about dealing with buck goats. If you have other questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Keep in mind, I've only had goats for about 5 years, so if I don't have the answer, I'm going to tell you I don't have the answer, and I'm going to go to some more experienced people that do. So, like I said, if you have questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments. We'll get back to you as quick as we can. And that's it for your Top 5 Tuesday. Happy homesteading. We'll see you next time.